we're gonna go ahead and get started. We do, yes. I think that we can, it's such a light crew in here. Everybody else must be out on the water. And I don't blame them. So let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. And can I have roll call, please?
Monica Isham,
Here.
Julia Lyons. Here. Grant Gerber, Mike Markren,
Here.
Mike Weller, Tweed Schuman, Doug Morotek. Here. Bruce Poquette, Katie Bellinger, John Yackel, Mark Helwig,
Here.
Elaine Smith, Marshall Savitsky,
Here.
Kathy McCoy, Bill Trepanier. I'm just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have a quorum.
All right, thank you. If everyone could please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can I have certification of compliance with the open meetings law, please?
This meeting was noticed to the media and the public as required by section 19.84 of the Wisconsin statutes.
Thank you. Okay, let's take a look at the agenda. Any changes, additions, anything like that?
Can make additions, can I?
Did the CJCC committee, executive committee meet?
Yes.
And that's not on the agenda, but you could report under meeting, under 13 at the end.
Oh, under the meeting. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, so. Anything else on the agenda? No? Okay. And everyone's got a copy of that? All right. Let's move on then to public comments. Anybody here for public comment? Well, all right then. Okay, let's look at the minutes from the previous meeting. Anybody have any changes or corrections that need to be made to that?
Nope. I move to pass the, I forgot the words.
Okay,
For the meeting minutes.
Julia
Yeah.
moves to approve.
Approve, thank you.
Can I have a second?
I'll second that.
Marsh seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. So those are approved. What's next here? The jail report update. Let's pull it up, shall we?
We're doing pretty good with inmate numbers. We're running right at about 60 as the jail report reflects there. Same report we gave the public safety there. Whoop. And we typically run around when it comes to probation, pre-sentence and sentenced, about a third. That's pretty consistent throughout the year. It may change a little bit. And we do have 4 on electronic monitoring.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions about the jail report? I just want to say there have been some complicated situations that I am very appreciative of the jail staff for handling lately. There have been some things that that have been difficult, and I just want to extend my appreciation that you guys are handling all of that so well.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. Well, anybody have anything else on the jail report? Don't all speak at once. No. Okay. Let's move on then. Thank you. Justice Point report. I'm gonna have to find a Kleenex.
Okay, so staffing, we filled our programs coordinator position. We actually filled it with an internal applicant. So it's technically filled, although because she was an internal applicant. She is still carrying a caseload. So she's learning her new duties, but she's still carrying her caseload. So she's easing into those new duties. Having said that, we also hired a pretrial and diversion case manager who starts on the 16th. So we're anxiously awaiting her arrival. When she starts, she will jump right in. She has a lot of experience, and I don't have any doubts about her training. I think she'll be able to pick up right away. I foresee her taking about 2 weeks to a month before she starts taking on clients. So we'll see. I don't see us having overcapacity like we have in the past. Fingers crossed. We are at, for numbers, pretrial active, we have 85. We have, last month, we had 9 successful that were sentenced off of pretrial, 1 that was unsuccessful. We have 4 currently in referral status or wait list, if you will. And if they're on wait list on pretrial right now, it's not because we can't take them. It's because they're on bond for 1 charge and they're in jail or prison on another. So we can't do anything about that. It's like they're in limbo. Diversion, we have 11 active, 9 in referral status, 1 in the month of June that was successful. No terminations in the month of June. Treatment court, 8 currently active. And I'll leave it at that. I believe we have 1 that's in termination status, but nothing is happening there yet. Anybody have any question about the numbers? Okay, so deflection. We have multiple things going on with deflection. There's the pre arrest portion of deflection, and then there's the post-release transitional period of deflection. So with the post-release, lieutenant is actually setting up, it's called grievance. So inmates can file a grievance and get access to post-release services with our navigators, which will be very, very helpful. And then on the pre-arrest side or prevention side, the navigators are working with law enforcement, which has been super helpful. They go out into the community, they're delivering prevention kits. They're also doing just community outreach. So if anybody knows of any community events going on, please let me know. They're trying to set up tables and do whatever they can, but we don't know everything that's going on. So if there's something going on, especially like in the southern part of the county, because we have access to all of the county, but we don't know everything that's going on. So let me know. We are doing National Night Out, which is August 5th, 5 to 7, so we will have a table there. Other than that, we don't have anything scheduled right now. Reaching Rural. There is a handout that you have. There is a very important update about Reaching Rural. So although we don't have any funding, it's the 3rd page of what I handed out to you. At some point, if anybody is interested, you can get on with me. I have a meeting with our Reaching Rural, we call them coaches, next week to go through all of the opportunities that we'll have. So it's not, we don't get the funding right now. That's not what that says. You can read through what it says, but there are opportunities, and I'm going to go through all of the opportunities that we have. So they can help us with technical assistance, they can help us with grant writing, they can help us with all kinds of different things. And it's outlined exactly what they can help us with in that handout that I gave you. Okay. Building bridges, no updates. I reached out, they had nothing. We have no updates, which I suppose is, I mean, it's still not bad news, so that's good. Yes, yes. The same with COSUP. We know nothing about COSUP, and that's a good thing because they haven't said no, they're not going to offer any applications, but we don't know anything.
When I looked online at the federal grants, because we get that through NACO to be able to see that, all the DOJ grants are on freeze, but they
Yes.
don't say cancel it.
That's right.
So.
And I look every day.
That are terminated, but
Yeah.
it's not.
I have it just in my favorites bar, so I just look every day to see what the status is, and nothing says canceled. It just says like in review or in freeze status or whatever. Yeah. So jail program updates. I know Mike updated you last month, and Sheriff and Lieutenant went to Deb Hellquist's funeral. Huge loss for us. And she ran Sawyer County Literacy. We are fortunate because Holly Moses and Jeff Laney are going to take that over. So they're in the process of getting that completely switched over, set up. Lieutenant is actually switching that over. So we're fortunate that somebody is taking that over because that's a lot. GED. Oralee Carroll is the one who manages that. And usually she sends us just, like this person completed, this person completed. She broke it down for us this month. And writing foundations course, we had 9. So in this is the spring. 9 completions for writing foundations, math foundations, 5 completions, which is awesome. So, and then, so we have, as far as jail programs go, Native American culture and language, Pathways Home, Parenting Inside Out, on-the-job training, 12 Bible study programs, 8 AA programs. That's all I have for that. But I did, Liz included in the email, a vote for part of our initial risk assessments. We have for substance use, right now, we use the UNCOPE. Per DOJ, they recommend that we use the TCU-5. And that was included in your email, but in the packet that I handed out, I included the UNCOPE, which is what we use now, and a copy of the TCU-5. So we want to switch, and I need a vote to switch. So again, that's per DOJ's recommendation. They recommend it for all TAD sites. So although the initial risk assessments are not specifically for TAD, we are a TAD-funded site for treatment and diversion. Initial risk assessments are not only for treatment and diversion, but ultimately we try to make referrals to diversion. So if anybody has any questions about those assessments, let me know. Otherwise, that's what I'm asking if we can switch.
Do we motion and then vote on this one? Do we have the?
Do we have all of the information that we would need to be able to make?
You have both assessments. The UNCOPE is what we use now,
Yep.
and I'm asking to switch to the TCU-5, and that's included also.
Okay, any other things that would change, or is it just moving from one program to the other?
It's just using, it's using the TCU-5 in place of the UNCOPE to assess for substance use.
Okay.
I make a motion to change over to the TCU-5.
All right, the Wizard of Oz has made a motion.
And I'll second that.
I know, it came out of, I know, I was like,
I think we all kind of were like, wait, what? Okay. So motion by Mr. Helwig, seconded by Marsh, Bisky. Let's see, we've got,
The TCU 5 is much more comprehensive if you didn't get that from just looking at it.
It looks good.
And actually, if we want to move in the direction of MAT, this is going to be required.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
better.
okay.
Looks much better for that. Okay, so we have
Um,
motions, now we can.
yeah, any other discussion, questions, anything like that? Okay, all those in favor?
I,
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries.
That's all I have.
Awesome, thank you. Does anybody have any other questions about anything else that was in the packet provided from Justice Point?
You talk about events in the southern part of the county.
Yes.
You know about Trout Fest in Excellent?
No.
Trout Fest in Excellent is the first weekend, Labor Day weekend in September, Saturday and Sunday.
And where is it at?
Excellent.
Labor Day week.
Do you know who I would contact for that?
It's in the book.
There's still a book?
Like a phone book?
Like, wait. Is it actual, does it look like this? It's probably huge.
Do you have his contact information? Okay. That would be great.
You also know about the circus at the fairgrounds coming up.
No.
Sawyer County Fair? That
Sawyer
one?
County Fair, yes. So is that the same thing?
yeah.
Oh, this weekend?
Circus.
Oh, there's a circus too?
Yep,
I didn't even know about this. I'm bringing my kids to the circus.
yeah, I'll send you the.
So the circus is,
The main act.
you know who would be the contact? Or so that would be just the fairgrounds that I would contact for that?
Okay, cool.
I don't know, do they,
Or Marshall? Do I contact Marshall?
with the circus, do they have booths?
Chamber of Commerce putting it on, so I contact.
Oh, so one of our navigators just met with the Chamber of
Okay.
Commerce.
Okay, yeah, you probably found out a lot of things because a lot of the events are on the chamber page.
Yeah, yeah.
You can find out
Okay.
and who the contacts are for those.
Okay.
Cool.
That's this weekend. But these are things that help. Because we need to get them out there.
I feel like we might have
Oh,
gone. Oh, yeah.
turn around.
All the way in the back.
Oh, yes. She just met with the chamber.
Great, good. Awesome. I feel like I don't know.
Perfect.
Maybe I knew about that at some point.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Okay. I suppose we can move on then. Thank you, Becky. We'll move on to Health and Human Services report.
Okay. I didn't see the back one. Okay, so youth justice, just a verbal report out that we did hire our truancy and diversion worker. And she has hit the ground running. She started the beginning of June. We've been meeting with Judge Isham actually and the team. And so getting kind of working out how things are gonna go as we get into the new year, but also cleaning up some of the cases from the previous
Yeah.
year, making sure that we're on top of them going into this year. Also, we'll be meeting with the superintendents now that all that's all hashed out. We've already met with Hutch at LCO, but we'll meet with Hayward and Winter real soon. You'll see some campaigns coming out on the importance of being in school. We've got a website that's being launched, lots of information going out. And we're also going to try to be at different things, but hopefully more so related to school events so that if parents are coming, we're able to get to them, but also at events that maybe so maybe parents don't go to some of the school things, but they might go to some other events. So just trying to get out there and let them know that there is somebody there that's there to connect them to resources and help make sure that kids get to school. So far, so good. We've had, we just heard about one success story from LCO. Because the I'm calling navigator now, I'm into that because our truancy worker was already there and showing up at the house and all of a sudden, somehow the student was able to get to school every day after that. So those types of things for that accountability seem to be working. So very excited for that program. We will be getting funding that's coming through into next year. So we should be able to keep working on it.
And just jumping, kind of piggybacking off of that, I think it is important, like just perspective wise, to, really reflect on the fact that we're doing something about truancy, because I think that it's kind of a lost thing. It's not all courts are even prosecuting, I guess, is the word that's coming to my mind. And I know it's forfeiture, but truancy anymore. People kind of have left that as a not that important, or not necessarily takes up a lot of space on a lot of dockets anymore. And I think maybe, things going online, that's made it more complicated. There's other schooling forums, so you see kids outside and you don't think, well, why aren't they in school? Where you used to, if you saw a kid in the middle of the day, pre-COVID, you'd probably be like, why aren't you in school? But now you don't. But I mean, it's just a point, because I think that it will help. I think that we're going to make a lot of progress in this youth justice area by focusing on truancy, because kids are in school, less time for them to be out doing naughty other things.
One of the things you'll eventually see in the jail survey that Joyce did, I got a chance to just briefly glimpse over it, but inconsistency with attending school was with the majority of the survey results. So
Yeah, and it makes sense. And we're just, we have been seeing a lot of juvenile crimes and severe ones. And it's, I don't know, it's nerve-wracking, especially because what we want is what's best for these kids, regardless of, what they're doing, we want what's best for these kids. We want them to be able to get out of it and not grow into the adult criminal justice system. So I think that this diversion program is going to really, really help with that. So I appreciate you guys and all of the work that you're doing, and I'm really excited about it.
yeah, I'm excited to see the results too. Okay, I can jump into the next one if there isn't anything else. We just, Joyce has put in information that they've been working on. It's pretty much their standard information. They also will be at the national, or will actually be working on the National Overdose Awareness Day. Last year, we just popped in at the very last minute to that. So this year, they want to make sure that we're getting in and above. I think we had maybe a sign that went over Main Street. I can't remember, but those types of things will be happening this year. Vaping billboards are up. 99 Narcan were distributed at Muskie Fest, and they marched in the parade and hand out 600 packets of information on fentanyl, vaping, THC, and Narcan. There'll also be Narcan boxes installed on the Namakan buses. Oh my goodness. Try to say that fast. Anyways, I think you got the point. Jess and Joyce were also on WRLS and Muskie 101 talking about THC, and it's not your grandparents' weed. And she did send one of the information things that is being posted out, and that is online as well. In this, I think that's it. Yes.
We can pick up.
For this, I can find out, we can bring it or send some over too. So yeah. I think
We have a big poster board outside the courtroom, and it'd be nice to
to be able to put
there.
this one
Yeah.
down. Okay, we'll
That'd
get
be
that
great.
over.
Judge Smith, hi.
Could we put that in the,
Get your,
in the back?
I'm sorry.
that's when you came in?
I'm
Could we
sorry.
put those in the bathrooms? I just hung that on the bulletin board out and then in the
Okay.
lobby outside the bathroom door, but I don't know what our
Yeah.
policy is in the building, but we have the bathroom sometimes issues and it might be good to have stuff like that in the bathrooms.
It's a good idea.
I don't know if we can, but
Yeah. And
Anyway, I apologize for being late.
I'm sorry. I should have noticed right away and said something and, of course I did not. Did we get when she came in? Okay, thank you for being on top of that. Okay. Oh, really?
You were talking. You were busy.
Of course I
running the
was. That's
meeting.
what I'm always doing. That's why I lose my voice every other week. All right. Okay, well, great. And I think this is funny. I mean, it's obviously it makes a lot of sense, but did anybody else get a vision of their grandparent smoking weed? Cause I did.
It's true.
And I was like, oh my gosh, what? Yeah. All right.
I think
Let's
that
see.
that has gone to the acceptability of weed, basically,
Yeah.
you know, because everybody used to do it and it's not the same anymore.
No, completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, Joyce always shocks me with the stuff that she tells us, so.
Judge Smith has her.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's okay. I was just gonna give you an update whenever you're ready.
Oh, yeah, go,
What's
please.
going on? Okay, this is all I was gone all last week. I was in Texas and I wasn't around, but thank you, Judge Isham, for filling in for me. And I did go up there yesterday and what they were doing yesterday, or maybe it was Monday, they were picking out what offices they wanted. So there was all that hubbub and that's what they were doing. So I went up there yesterday just to see where everybody landed. And I was told that they were not going to have a meeting until Monday, but they have a huge agenda because I have 4 items that need addressing involving contracts for the court, is most of them. But I was warned that they had a huge agenda. And then I added the MOU to my list also to see if I could get some movement going on that with the new council. So that's all I know so far.
Well, thank
Because
you
they
for,
hadn't had a
yeah,
meeting since
no,
primary, right?
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that piled up.
I'm glad that they're, gonna start having the meetings. I think that's would be helpful. Yeah. And thank you for letting me and suggesting that I stand in for you because I enjoyed it. I mean, I thought that it was a nice event. Okay, so do we want to put MOU somewhere?
We should keep that on.
Yeah.
I wonder if we
Mhm.
should kind of do like, what we do with HHS and we have an LCO update.
Mm-hmm.
And then anything, then like the MOU and those types of things can always come underneath of that.
That might be a good idea.
I will also ask them if they want to appoint different people.
Yeah, because I think I forgot to
Well,
look at.
Tweeta
the
is no longer on
bylaws.
council.
And I think it says TGB member. I
think it
cannot
does,
remember
yeah.
during the bylaws. So we'll have to double check that.
And then Bill was the other one, but he's not come for a while.
And yeah, and he did request that somebody else be sitting on HHS
Oh, okay.
because he's out of town so much. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe something happens with this one as well. But we haven't heard that, right? You haven't heard that?
Well, Lorraine is back on,
Yeah.
so she may be interested.
Mhm.
Okay.
She used to come, I think, before, right?
Yep. Was she on this one too? She was on HHS for sure.
On this one.
On 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so she may
Yeah.
pick up both of them.
Lorraine would be good, and maybe we should see if one of the new one.
Yeah, I would like that, either
yeah.
Jordan or
Jordan or
Janet.
Janet,
Yeah.
they'd both be good.
Mhm.
Okay,
so you want to create a standing agenda item for LCO report?
yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you like it?
Probably right after the Health and Human Services report, before the community service
Okay.
updates. And then, we'll put the MOU on there, but don't know if next time is still too soon. Cause
Right.
I'm thinking they'll have,
They may want to get somebody on this committee. before they take it up in the.
Yeah,
Well, they've already talked about it, I was told,
oh, okay,
so
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
hoping that all they have to do is just approve it.
maybe we'll put it on, and then if we don't have anything, it doesn't hurt.
If we have LCO, report on there,
Okay.
well, I suppose MOU should be separate from that.
Yeah, like an A. Okay, well, I think we'll put it on. It doesn't hurt to have it.
Yep.
I mean, hopefully they can, I know that the Board of Regents for the college, we're trying to meet with them too, so I'm sure they're getting tugged in every direction, which if their Monday meeting this week is this busy, it's probably gonna be this busy for a couple
Yeah.
weeks.
Because we're requesting the 28th.
Are you? Yeah. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a little bit still, but we'll put it on. Well, thank you. Okay. Let's see. Now, community services updates? Any? None? Well, okay then. On that community services updates, because I can't let silence go silent. I am putting a list together, and I think a couple other people are putting lists together for places that look for people to do community service. So if anybody has, just like send me an email, just help me out, because we have community service hour requirements for recovery court. And the community service hours are what's preventing, I think, like 3 or 4 of them right now from going up to the next phase. And it's not because there's a lack of, places. It's just, there's a lot that we're asking them to do. But it would be helpful to have like a list or something that we can say, okay, if you have community service that you need to get done, call one of these places. This is this person, contact.
You guys should connect with Joyce because we have the volunteer hub. And that should have places that
Okay,
are
good.
looking for volunteers,
Volunteers, good.
which would fall into community service.
And is there a supervisor? Or,
It depends
okay,
on which one. So
okay,
might want to work with Joyce on that.
okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Outside committee updates.
Is that where I can do this one?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it'd probably be correspondence for meetings. Yep.
Okay. So then let's go to correspondence from meetings.
Okay, so the executive committee met, and we went over the goals that everybody kind of filled out, what we wanted to see us working on as a committee. And I can give you kind of the top ones. So focusing on MAT in the jail and a full-time nurse, hit number 1. Mental health, continuing or increasing mental health and other services in the jail was number 2. And number 3 is working on YJ and truancy. So those are our top 3. Then we had kind of tied that we really need to have grant writers, and the focus, one of the requests from the executive committee was going to bring that to this committee, stating that we would like to, on behalf of CJCC, request that the county consider hiring a grant writer that can not only assist CJCC, but many other areas, which may free up funding for other things. Like there's a lot of transportation grants that are out there. Could we get transportation grants that would free up funding along the way and whatnot? So, so that was a request. And then really looking at the jail and the transition out of jail to work, that type of thing, which I know was already being worked on as well with Becky's group. So, and then some of the other things were developing a strategic plan, which we're just going to be doing anyways as part of the executive committee. Again, keeping services such as NA and AA. Looking at a county treatment facility was one of them, but I think that's really out of our realm at this point. And then engaging local educators about what they're seeing and making connections with them. So I think along the way, a lot of the things that we're working on, we'll continue to work on. So I'll get that kind of written up. The other thing that the group, and I've got a binder for you and a binder for you, Judge Smith. You don't have to attend all the time, but when you can come in. But one of the things we'll be doing is going through a checklist to make sure, and it's that one checklist that's like, is your CJC doing X, Y, and Z? And then how well are you doing
Yeah,
it?
that'd be
Where do you
great.
need to improve? And then we'll be able to bring that back for us to review
Great.
as a council, so.
Yeah, no, I like that.
So I think that we're trying to meet once a month, but our homework is to get that checklist done, so. And then we're meeting at usually the end of each month.
Awesome. I like
So
that.
that's the update. Anything else I missed, Bruce?
Are you sure, Bruce? If we're wanting to kind of request or propose adding that kind of position, how do we go about that as a group?
We have a form, so if somebody would fill out that form, that would be great.
Okay.
I don't know who.
Oh,
wants to-
the one that you
The-
just sent out?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can, well, I think I'll probably, the one that has that form,
You
so
can do-
I guess I'll be
yeah.
doing that.
All right, awesome.
Okay, I
Thank
will
you.
take that back. Good question.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Anything else then? Bruce ran away, so he didn't have to talk anymore. No? Okay, future agenda items? Yeah. I think let's put that in for next time, but yeah, I don't want the stressor of, we gotta talk about it next time, because I don't think that they're gonna appreciate any extra pressure at this point.
Yeah, I think having it on, a
Yeah.
placeholder is fine. It just
Mhm.
makes it so that we don't forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and picking offices. You're gonna have to tell me who got what office. All right, if there's nothing else, are we adjourned? Okay, we're adjourned. Thank you, guys. Thank you all.